So today we're going to go through the top 5 ways to improve your splits for a dancer. So we have Sarah here who has a little bit of an imbalance in her hips, which inhibits to a very small extent. She's pretty flexible just to complete the split. She's got about 98%, so we're going to try to get that 2%. So today we're going to focus on hip and pelvis alignment. First we're going to kind of get a before. So we're going to check out the left side. The left side's the good side. So why don't you show us the split? So what we're just looking for right here is just, how far the hip actually touches the ground on this one, on this side. Let's see the right side. All right, so you got about what, like an inch and a half underneath the right side. So we already checked it out and we determined that there's the femur is in a bad spot. It's a little bit anteriorly glided, and it has to do with the pelvis. So we're gonna try just one quick glute exercise, and then we're gonna retest it. So the glute exercise, this is call it the jive and twist. It just looks like that dance, but basically you're just going to go into a sitting position. You're going to shift your weight to the right side. You're going to load the glute pretty intensely. Once you've loaded it, so it might take a second just to make sure it's out of the hamstring, out of the quad. It's really all in the glute, out of the back. Once the glute is pretty loaded, then you're going to start to rotate onto it. So you're just going to make sure that glute's on the whole time. What I like to do is I always tell people to touch the muscle they want to activate. So you're going to keep it tight. If you feel like you lose it, maybe all the way into rotating to one area, you're just going to turn it back on, and then you can go out to the other. And we're just going to do this into burnout. So that's pretty good. You can kind of tell that it's more into the glute. Her hip is it's more of a hip flex position versus any lumbar flexion. Good. Let's try to get a little more rotation all the way out, all the way. Good. Probably gets tight towards the end. Okay, and it's all in the glutes. You don't feel too much in the quads.
I feel a little bit, but
okay.
I'm trying to focus on this.
Okay. All right. When it feels pretty burnt out, we'll recheck the split. So there's a lot of things we can do to improve a split. There's just you're gonna really go through down each joint. So some people, when they do a split, they're gonna have knee pain because they don't have full knee extension. Some people have ankle issues and they're gonna feel it in their ankles. So you really just got to determine where the dysfunction is and treat it that way. Sometimes it's multiple areas. They have tightnesses through multiple joints of their body. Okay? All right. So I'm just going to recheck. All right, not bad. Is it touching?
It's touching.
Okay. All right, so we got a little bit more range of motion. So we got that posterior glide of the femur. We got a little bit of a change in pelvis rotation, which will allow to get true hip flexion, which is what you need for this end range split.